So the first question from the first chapter about faith, it's a little bit of a exposing topic for me right now. I'd like to wait. I would like to talk about it, but at some point maybe after doing some more of the reading. For now, it's just not something I'm comfortable with. So consciousness, and we start with Socrates and sort of swing back around and come full circle for what he's known, what he considered himself to be wise for. So Socrates kind of was redeeming the philosophy teaching of his time. You could say that anyway, from the sophists who were kind of more centered on teaching people to climb the political ladder, and you could sum it up in the sophists required payment. You had to give them. There was a fee to be taught by the sophists. Socrates accepted no fee. As far as I know, he didn't. I don't know. He didn't. Maybe it didn't restrict people from giving him money, but there was no required fee. So that sort of sums it up. He also he came through his reasoning. He came to the conclusion that there must be a soul. Not that he invented the idea of a soul. It was beforehand, but he had established that it must be there based on what he thought. And in the end of the second chapter, Solomon is discussing the two sides of a coin. One, Socrates and Descartes would fit into, where there is a soul of another substance. The other, modern scientists, especially neuroscientists, I'm assuming, there is just the mind, which creates the consciousness, and from which all of what people are stems. But I would just like to consider what the implications of the Socratic soul and the possibilities that might stem from the idea of an immaterial soul, mind, consciousness, and like how those things relate. It kind of relates back to the first book, Perry. So if it's not associated, if it's not required to be associated with a physical brain, as in like the afterlife, or as he was speaking about some religions with the universal consciousness, that's not a brain necessarily. So something that is in the afterlife, it doesn't. As far as we know, there's no requirement of there being an actual brain involved. So Gaia, which is like the kind of the idea that the earth has some sort of a conscious nature, and even like a plant may, under this idea, might have. It seems totally plausible that those would be possible, that they could have some form of consciousness, and I guess kind of leads me to what do we consider? What is the line? Where is the line of consciousness drawn? You know, what do we consider on the other side of the coin? What is conscious what is not conscious in the world that we know and we observe. Dolphins, yes, one of my points. Dolphins, they have been found to have names or like signature clicks that one will call out, and if they have met each other, the other one they will. It's like, so I'm in a classroom and I'm the teacher, and I'd say Joey, and Joey will respond saying, "I'm here." And dolphins kind of do the same thing. They've even studied and found that like over multiple decades, they will have. Let's say you have kept two dolphins together for a period of time, separated them for a very long period of time, and one of them will they will still know the other one. They will be able to call it out, and they will exhibit behavior that suggests that they know each other, versus introducing a completely foreign dolphin. So they do that, and they also exhibit things like learned culture from using tools, and obviously we've seen these kinds of things with chimps, but with a dolphin, it kind of chimps are very similar, and they're land dwelling. What it kind of made me think of is how could we the unification here between the non-physical conscious things and these where the blurry line of conscious creatures is like thing in common is what we as humans, what clues we're getting based off of observation of what consciousness is. And like it was easier to see in an ape, for instance, what looks like indicators of consciousness versus watching a dolphin. Besides the difficulty, the barrier of the underwater world, I'd say they for instance, they have less facial. They don't do all these indications that show emotion and such. And so, like how could we identify? This is kind of getting into the realm of natural sciences a little bit heavily. How do we identify? Could it be possible to identify consciousness of a completely foreign life form, be it angel or alien? Yeah, I guess that would be both alien, but you know what I mean. I guess so. And plants. Could a plant have a soul? And how? To what degree are soul and consciousness correlated? I realize I kind of made a big jump there, but this is kind of another aspect of the more serious, the deeper aspect of this. What I was thinking of is, what degree are soul and consciousness correlated? That I don't know that we could understand very easily. And I guess that's my primary inquiry that I'd like to explore further. Except for the what brings us back to Plato. All of these things sort of make me think of how quantum mechanics has sort of turned turned some of the the comfort of the scientific method on its head, discovering things about the world that we've scientists started understanding things, and then they realize that they understand less about things. The more they look, the more they realize that how much more there is to try to understand. And as Socrates said, he was wise because the only reason he was wise is because he recognized how much he didn't know. I'd like to look into quantum philosophy and what the implications are of quantum mechanics on philosophy, if anybody's thought about that, and how that might pertain in the world of consciousness. All right, I think I'm sort of confused now, so I'm going to do that. I think that is satisfactory, I guess.